Hello budget people and welcome back to my channel. I'm She's on a Budget and today we are back for another video. In this video I'll be stuffing my side income for the first week of January and I'll also be paying towards my challenges. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in watching, stay tuned. Okay guys, so welcome to my channel. I hope you are all well. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and watching another video. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. My name is She's on a Budget and over on this channel, I talk about all things budgeting related. My aim for 2021 is to pay off debt as aggressively as possible. This is a new segment, so even if you are a returning subscriber, I have never done this before. For those of you who don't know, I run an Etsy sticker shop and over the last 7 months or so, it has grown massively. So I'm happy to say that it's doing really well. And because my aim is to become debt-free over the next year or so, I have decided to use that extra money that I'm getting from the business to pay off my debt. If you've been with me for a while, you will know that I run a segment where I go through my business budget, talk about the sales from the shop and how I've spent the money for the month. This is November's business budget. I will show you the results for December in another video, but I've already looked at the numbers, guys. The sales for December were really good, but I did purchase quite a few additional things for the shop. So I had to buy a new laminator, I had to buy another printer, and yeah, they were big expenses that did eat into the profit that I made for last month. I'm not complaining. I know you have to invest in the business for it to be able to grow. So I did plan on buying those items, but it did mean that the extra money that I made last month was spent. So as I said, I'll go into a bit more detail about that in my December business budget video, but this is the reason why I have decided to do a weekly zero-based budget of my side income. So my plan now is to log all side income that comes into my account each week. Now for my Etsy income, this will be the money that I have left over when I'm paid weekly from Etsy after I pay for supplies, taxes, all of those things I've already taken out before I withdraw this money from the bank. So this week that was £160. In terms of my tuition fees, I made a mistake in my previous video when I was stuffing my sinking fund envelopes. I actually added the income that I made from tuition to that, and technically, because being a tutor is one of my side jobs, it should have been within this budget. So I've taken the money out from those envelopes, I've added it here. Here is the tuition money that I made last week. So that's £385 that I've added. And I also added the challenges money that I had budgeted for in that video as well. And I've put it here. So I know it's a little bit confusing, but this is technically all of the side income that I have made for this week. And that's £550 altogether. So as I said, my plan is to use my side income this year to help to pay towards an extra debt payment each month. But as you may already know, it is my birthday this month. I have been trying to save up for a camera for the last 2 months now, and we are nearly there. We're nearly at the target. So I have decided to add an extra £150 into that sinking fund this week. It is my birthday tomorrow, so I'm hoping that this will be enough for me to be able to buy my camera. I have my eye on one that I won't probably be able to afford. It is the Canon EOS 90D, I think it is. But yeah, if I can't buy that one, I'll probably go for the M50. But we will see. We'll see how we do. Let me know what you have. Let me know what you think would be a good idea for videos, filming, vlogging, all of that stuff. So that's the only money that I'm going to add to my sinking funds this week. So that's £150 down here. Then in terms of returning money to the business, I am going to be adding back £195 into my Etsy envelope. I have one more big purchase that I want to buy for the shop, which is an extra cutting machine. I do need one quite desperately now. I have seen that just having the one cutting machine is slowing me down massively, and the one that I want to get is basically an upgrade to the one that I have at the moment. So it costs, I think, £330. So this will get us on to a good head start to saving up for that. So that is going to go back into my Etsy envelope. In terms of sinking funds, that is the £150 that I've said that I'm going to put into my personal sinking fund. And then in terms of debt, I'm going to be adding £200 to my debt snowball envelope. And then I have my challenges, so my 52-week challenge and my penny challenge that I am starting up this week as well. And we are adding 5 to that. So I'm just going to total these up. And that gives us 550 altogether. Okay, so in terms of our income, we have 550, and in terms of our outgoings, we have 550. I feel like I haven't done a zero-based budget for the longest while, but all of the budgets that I make for these side incomes each week will be zero-based. Okay, so let's get on to stuffing our envelopes. Okay, so I've got a new addition to the family. I have got a new binder that I've put all of my side income envelopes into. So we have 2 now. I'll only be taking out my personal envelope from this one to stuff, and the rest of them will be in here. So I'm just going to do that now. So I'm just going to use this as a little lever. And here is my personal envelope. So I'm just going to remove this from the pack, put it here, and yeah, that's that. I also have my cash already, so I had most of it already taken out from the bank because it was left over from my stuffing this week. So I took the £385 out of this sinking fund binder, and then I added it to my Etsy income. So I'm just going to lay out my money. So I'm putting my 50s here, 20s, 110 and 2 5s. So here is our money. Okay, so let's do our personal sinking fund first of all, seems it's at the top. So I am going to be adding in 150. So I'm going to take all 50s from here, adding it to the pile, and let's see what we've got. So we've got 50, 100, 50, 200, 50, 300, 50, 400, 50, 500, 50, 600, and 50, 65. So we've got 665. Yeah, the Canon 90, guys, is, I think the cheapest I've seen it just for the body only is about £900. So the likelihood of me getting it is quite slim, to be honest. But that is what I would prefer. But yeah, I probably will end up going for the M50, I think. So this should be enough to cover that. So 665 is in here. I'm just going to add this back to my sinking fund binder. Next we have my Etsy envelope, and it is empty. We are adding in 195 to that. So we'll take 3 50s. I'm going to have 2 20s as well, and take 1 5. Okay, so we've got 50, 100, 50, 60, 70, 80, 95. So we've got 195 in here. So I want to get a silhouette cameo 4. I think they're about £330. I should be able to get it by next week, depending on how sales go for the week and any money that comes in. So hopefully we can purchase that when we come to doing our next side income budget. Okay, and then we have debt snowball. So I'm going to be adding 200 towards our first debt snowball payment for the year. So we've got 50, 100 and 50. I'm going to take 2 20s, and we have our 10. So we've got 50, 100, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. So this is going towards our first extra debt payment, guys. So happy about this. Okay, so that's my debt snowball done. Now we are on to our 52-week challenge. So I've got my 2 challenge cards here, and let's start with the 52-week challenge first of all. It's the first week, so I'm going to be putting in £5. So I've got my Sharpie pen here, and I'm just going to shade it in just like that. So that's my £5. I can add it to my card and put it into my wallet, just like that. So that's our first payment done. If I fill in all of the boxes, I should have £765 in this envelope. My aim this year isn't heavily savings focused, but I just feel like these challenges, they're just to kind of keep me sane, to be honest, because I'm so used to trying to save every penny that I have, and I think that they're just a fun way of doing it while I try to pay the rest of the money that I get to debt. So that's the plan. Next is the penny challenge. So I purchased this jar, guys, from Amazon, and it's called a Coinski digital counting money jar. It's a counting money jar, and just from me being lazy, I'll be able to see exactly how much money I've got in here rather than having to count it every single week. This is a way of me keeping an eye on how well I'm doing on the challenge without using a sinking fund envelope. So we won't be counting this jar each week, we'll just be reading the number that we've got up to on here. And obviously I've got my challenge card, which I'll keep in my 52 weeks challenge envelope. We'll cross off the amounts that we've put in each week. By the end of the year, we should have £695 in this jar. That's the plan. Okay, so as you can see, I didn't budget any money for this jar this week. It should have been 28 pence, I think. So yeah, let me just double check. For the first 7 days, altogether that would have been 28 pence, but we're going to do a lot more than that. I do have left over my penny jar from last year, so I didn't do a count of this, but I do have it left over. So what I'm going to do for my first week for the penny challenge, I'm just going to add this money to the jar, see what it comes up to, and then deduct those amounts off of the challenge card. Then going into the next week, I'll follow the amounts that are on the card. So I'm just going to do a quick time lapse of me putting in the money that we have here to see how much we actually have in total. Okay, so as you can see, we have £5.48 in here already. So this was all of the change that I had left over in my change jar from last year. I am now going to fill in my penny challenge card. So I'm going to put 5.48 in the calculator. I'm going to subtract the highest amount that I'd ever need to put into the envelope, which is £3.65. So I'm going to take away the £3.65, and then we're left with £1.83. I should have put in this jar 28 pence this week, so if I minus the 0.28, then we're left with £1.55, and I'm going to scratch this number off for a bonus number for this week as well. Okay, so here's my Sharpie pen. So I can colour in £3.65, I can colour in £1.55, which is over here, and then I can do the first, there you go, 7 over there as well. So we're off to a good start with this penny challenge as well. As I said, if I colour in all these numbers, by the end of the year I should have £667.95. My aim for this money though is to go towards a little treat for myself and the children, maybe to do some kind of like staycation where I book a hotel in the UK for us to go and to spend the night at. Just something like that really, guys. It isn't going to be anything extravagant, but yeah, that's my aim for this money that I save in my penny jar. Okay, so I'm going to put this card back into my challenge envelope. That's what I'm going to call it, my challenge envelope, and that is all done. Okay, so that is all for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this new segment to the channel. So each week I'll not only be doing a sinking fund stuffing, but I'll be coming in and stuffing my envelopes with my side income, as well as doing my saving challenges. So yeah, I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you are kept up to date with all of my latest videos, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Have a good day.